The Source is the University of Hartford student handbook that is issued every year that outlines opportunities, services, and regulations to life at the University of Hartford. This year, there have been changes that may affect the way students socialize.
Every year we do changes to the Source, and we do that in an effort. Sometimes policies change, but more likely we try to make it more understandable. We find little things that make it easier for students to know what the policies are and be able to live by them.
And most of these changes may not be something that an average student may realize, but they are important changes that make life at the university safer. This year, there were 2 important changes that students might want to take interest in.
We put in the Source that students shouldn't have more than 4 people in a room at a time in the complexes or in Hawk Hall, and then in the apartment structures, no more than 20 at a time.
Through the help of the fire marshal, the university came up with these guidelines so that way, in case of emergency, everyone can safely get outside, and also because of the way the buildings were built.
People don't realize it, but at an average rate of 150 pounds, if you put 30 students into an upstairs, the upstairs of an apartment or the second floor of any apartment unit, it's like putting 2 cars in there, and they're not built to withstand that kind of weight.
The other big change for the Source is how much alcohol is allowed at parties on campus.
We used to try and give students an idea of how to measure the amount of beer they could have by 30 packs, and that didn't make much sense to us because not everybody buys 30 packs. And
now, the university states how much alcohol is allowed by measuring it in the number of bottles. This number ranges from 60 beers for private parties and 500 beers for registered parties.
We tried to clarify some things to make it easier for them to make good decisions about how to handle themselves in party situations and also in just in living their lives.
If you would like your own copy of The Source, they are available online at hartford.edu/thesource. Vice President Peters says that if anyone has any suggestions for The Source, they can submit them to their RA, RD, or even stop by his office in Jangers 307.